Hey everybody, welcome back to What Was Mommy Thinking? My name's Crystal and it's Financial Friday. So we're going to get into that budget, look and see how we've done over the last week, and we're going to go into those cash envelopes, look at our monthly amount, transfer it over to our weekly envelopes, and work on our budget a little bit. I have some great tips and information for you guys today, and let's see how I did. Let's get at this whole budget thing for Financial Friday. Many of you guys know that I get paid once a month and my husband gets paid every week, so we do things a little bit differently with our cash envelopes. And I wanted to give, just for anybody new, because I do have some new subscribers, just a general statement about my budgeting system. I am Dave Ramsey inspired and Budget Mom inspired, but we do not strictly adhere to all of their principles. We've modified it to work for our life. My husband and I have. We have a lot of goals. We have 3 kids. So we've modified it to work for us. And our focus is credit card debt. Yes, we have student loans. Yes, we have car payments. Yes, we have a mortgage. But our focus really is our credit card debt. So you won't see anything in my videos that is, I'm not gazelle intense, and we don't, we're not selling our home to pay things off, but we are giving our best efforts towards paying down all of our credit card debt. Now, with that being said, let's get at this. In my planner, we'll look at this to make sure my ledger is updated, but I'm going to set it aside for now. And I thought this week what I would do that's a little bit differently is update some things with you, and I need your opinion on something. This is my wallet. It is a Happy Planner Skinny Mini, and this is the Happy Planner Mini purse, protector, whatever you want to call it. It comes in black. It comes in a tannish color, I believe. And this is a Skinny Mini Happy Planner. Just a little tiny guy. And I'm going to set this aside, and I make these cash envelopes for both the Skinny Mini and the Skinny Classic that you're going to see here. And the way that I work my system is that my paycheck that comes out once a month is what all of my cash envelopes are funded out of. Some of my sinking funds are also funded out of that, but all of my cash envelopes come out of my once a month paycheck. So what I do is I put the money for my cash envelope categories in here, and once a week, usually on Fridays, hence why we're here, I take out the weekly allocation and move it into my wallet, and that's what I actually have to spend for that week. I have, as of last week, switched my grocery shopping days to Thursdays, which I'm really glad that I did, because we're supposed to be getting snow here in Texas, and people are going crazy at the grocery stores today, according to a couple of my colleagues who are trying to get some stuff. So I'm really glad we got it done yesterday. So what I will show you is that in my wallet, I have my grocery, my gas, my eating out, I have my pets envelope, I have allowance, and then I have my calendar. In my calendar, at the beginning of every month, I take stickers and I put them on the dates that we are going to be getting our paychecks on. So my husband got paid on the 5th. He'll get paid again on the 19th. I don't get paid until the 26th. It's always once a month. Then what I do is I keep a little paperclip thing here, and I track every single day. I track my spending. And no surprises here. I told you guys that I went over my weekly budget here. What I thought we would do together is see if I have gone over my monthly budget allocation. If I did, that means that I have to dip into savings, which I really don't want to do. So let's go through that together. And here's something that I need your help with. I'm trying to decide whether or not I need to separate household outside of my grocery. And I also need help with, when you guys buy vitamins or any type of supplements or stuff like that, do you use your grocery budget or does that come out of medical? This is the first month that I've had to spend out of pocket for anything like that. I didn't really know what category to use, so I'm still kind of wavering, and I'll show you guys where that was in here. So at Sam's Club, I had to buy some vitamins and supplements, right? It's winter time, and I needed to do that. And so I went through and I looked at what amount I would move over if I were going to move it. And then I also had a household expense incorporated in here as well. So just for fun, let's do a preliminary check of what all of this totals up to. All right, we've got $168.62 from Sam's, $179.27 from Walmart, and $188.59 from Kroger. Oh my goodness, you guys. So I'm gonna grab a Post-it note really quick. I'll be right back. Got some pretty pink themed ones here for Valentine's Day. Okay. Now, $536.48. That's a lot of money. That's a whole lot of money. We keep most of our grocery budget for the month in our bank account, and then we only take a certain amount out in cash. This is a lot of money. I'm not freaking out yet, but I'm a little nervous. Here's where things got a little weird for me. At Sam's Club, I had a household expense of $23.77. So I'm gonna write household. Oh, I guess I have to move this. So we'll just move it right there for now. It was $23.77. In addition to that, this is where I don't know. Do you guys take it out of medical? Where do you take out any kind of like supplements or vitamins? For right now, I'm just gonna say medical. And that amount was $43.28. So if I take these two amounts out of here, that means I spent $101.51 on grocery. So here's my conundrum. Do I use the $101.51 even though I don't have a separate sinking fund for household? I don't think I can because I don't have an envelope to take this money out of. I'm going to have to keep these combined unless moving forward I'm going to separate them and create a household sinking fund envelope as well. I think right now with all the dietary restrictions, with all of us being home, with me cooking so much, I don't think that I'm going to be able to continue to do them both combined and keep the same budget that I've had for over a year. So that's probably a change that you're going to see coming. The medical, I do have an envelope for medical expenses. I've just never used it for vitamins and supplements and things. So I wasn't sure. I just wanted to get your guys' opinion. For right now, I'm going to move forward as though this is all grocery, as though I really spent $536.48 out of my grocery budget. And here's the reason why. Next week, right here, so this is the only week left for me to grocery shop before my budget for my cash envelopes resets on Friday the 26th. So for this week, I will probably do my grocery shopping on payday, which is Friday the 26th, and that would be the first week of the next month's budget, if that makes sense to everybody. Most of the grocery shopping that I did do yesterday had the staples that I need for all of our meals for 2 weeks with I don't expect to have to spend more than $125 on groceries and maybe $40 or $50 on household things, because we do need paper towels and toilet paper and stuff like that. So I'm gonna proceed with a goal of having $175 for next week to spend. So let's go and look and see if I use this number, $536.48, and I go back and look and add my grocery total from the week before was $220.97. So that puts us at $757.45. And if I flip back to this was payday. So this was the day, or this was the first week of the February cycle. So I also need to add in $248.28. You guys, $1,005.73. I'm already over budget by $5.73. My budget for a month of groceries and household is $1,000 a month, and I've already spent that. So now I have to figure out where that $175 that I need for next week is going to come from, and you guys are going to go through that process with me. So we're going to keep this number in mind. I'm going to just put my calculator aside. We're going to flip back over to this week, and we're going to make some financial decisions right here. Now, I know that if you strictly follow Dave Ramsey, even the Budget Mom, you're not supposed to swap between envelopes, but I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that we have our money for next week. The first thing that we're going to do is take weekly money out of these monthly envelopes and get them into my wallet for next week, and then we're going to see where we're at. So last week when I shopped, I took my $50 and I shopped for it. So this week for my groceries, I should have $100 left in here. Remember last week we talked about how 50 of it would be for today, and then 50 of it would be for the 19th. So I'm going to go ahead and take my 50 out for today and write that amount in. That on 2/12, I'm adding my weekly of 50, and that gives me $50. So we'll put that one in my wallet. And then we'll go in here and we're going to say 2/12. It's week 3. We're taking out $50, and that should leave me with $50. So already I've got $50 in here and $50 in here that were already allocated to grocery money. So I'm going to put this 50 back, and we're going to move on to eat out. In our eat out envelope, we should have $50, which is $25 for this Friday and $25 for the 19th. So I'm going to go ahead and take $25 of that out and write on 2/12, week 3, $25, and that leaves me with $25. So I'm going to put this away. And I'm going to come over here to my eat out envelope. And I'm going to add in on 2/12, I'm going to put week 3 plus 25, and that should give me 50. So 20, 40, 45, and 50. And I will put this money back in here. Okay. And then for gas, here we go. We're starting week 3. I still have my $60, so 20, 40, 60 in here that I put in on January the 29th. I know for a fact this money is going to be getting spent this week. So I will be using this money this coming week, and I wanted to check and see how much I still have in my gas envelope, monthly cash envelope, because that is definitely an envelope where I could take the surplus from and really not have a negative impact. So in my gas envelope, I have $120, 50, 100, 120. That 120 may be necessary to be moved over to my groceries so that I can make that $175 goal, along with the $50 that is still in my monthly cash envelopes for next week, because the $50 that I just put into my cash wallet over here, I still need to go to Winco and get a couple of items. They are the only grocery store that carries my son's very low sodium tuna fish for his tuna salad. We get our steel cut oats in bulk there, and there's a couple of other items that they're the only place I can get it. So that $50, that's going to be spent probably this weekend if we make it to Winco this weekend. So for next week, I'll have the $50 that's in my grocery envelope here, and I could possibly pull this $120. So that makes me feel a lot better knowing that there's at least that little bit of money. Well, it's not a little bit, that's a lot of money to me, that there's that money there. So in here already, there's $170 that's tangible that I can access if I need to. And if I need to make $170 work, I absolutely will. I didn't spend anything out of pets, and these are our children's envelopes for their allowance. And as you can see, Jackson and Connor both took theirs. My oldest took part of his, I do believe. Yeah, he's down to $10. We go through this on Saturday with them because they still have chores to do to make it to the end of the week. So we stuff these on Saturdays out of this little cash envelope here for allowance. Okay, so now that we've transferred all of the money from the monthly envelopes over to my wallet, we got to come up with a plan. So I'm going to open up my budget in my big brain over here. This is my brain, y'all. This is my brain. This is my Franken Planner. If you haven't watched any of my videos on my budget setup for 2021, I can link that for you guys so you can go in and see how I set it up and how I'm using it. It is working really, really well for me. We're only a couple months into the year, and I am doing a little experiment, if you will. I am trying a different budget tracking system for the month of February, and I have picked out the one that I'm going to be trying for March. Excuse all my little coupons falling out over there. But we're going to flip to my budget section, and this is where I keep all of my monthly bills. So as you can see, I go through, I check them off as they're paid, and then I draw a little X through them. Everything that is supposed to be paid with the February 5th paycheck is a green sticker, and everything has already been paid and has cleared my bank. So this coming week, I don't have any bills coming out of my checking account, which is a good thing. When my husband gets paid on the 19th, we have this bill and these few bills here, and then that'll be it until the end of the month when my paycheck hits. So I wanted to show you guys, we're gonna update this tracker together. And in order to do that, I need to open to my tracker here. And I think the way that I'm going to track it is I am going to put it by category in this tracker. I know that on February the 11th, we did a Sam's. I always write that in blue. So at Sam's Club, we spent $168.62, but we're going to break it into those categories. So we're going to say that $101.51 went to grocery. And as you can see right here, I've been putting grocery and household together. but I am going to pull them apart for paperwork purposes, just for this, because I think starting next month I am going to have a different sinking fund, and I'll have to figure out where I'm going to take that from, because right now we are maxed and every penny has a job. So for this one, we're going to put medical $43.28. And that's another opportunity, you guys. I think that if I need to, I could go ahead and use this for those vitamins and supplements, and that would put $43 back into tangible money that I could use for next week's groceries. So that's another. I'm going to actually take a little green pen here and put an asterisk beside that, because that's something I need to look at. So also on February the 5th, we did a Walmart. And at Walmart, we spent $179.27. And that was all grocery. And if you watch my grocery haul and meal plan video tomorrow, that posts tomorrow, you're going to understand that a piece of this was for something that was so fun for me, and it is for someone that you guys all know and love. It's a fellow YouTuber, and I'm doing a little surprise for her, and you guys are going to get to see that. And then at Kroger, I spent $188.59. And we're going to say all of that was grocery as well. So, I'm a little overwhelmed, but that's okay. It's okay, because right now, as it stands, I'm not going to have to dip into my savings account unless something really crazy happens. As of right now, I'm going to be able to pull from the gas money. And you know what I didn't do here, guys? Is this $1,000. I'm actually over by 105 because of the cash, right? Because I keep $800 of this in the bank and we take $200 out in cash, and I only have $100 left in cash. So that 1,005 is actually 1,105, because I can't count the 250s that I have left. I can't count that twice, and that was originally part of the $1,000 budgeted. So I'm short by 105, and I need 175. So, oh goodness. So 175 plus 105 is actually $280. So that's the amount that I'm going to have to find. So if I do the 120 out of gas and the 50 that I have in the envelope, I'm still down by $110. So I will be taking, if I take this $43.28 out of medical and put that in, then I've still got to come up with $66.72 from somewhere. Oh! It's okay. It's okay. You know what happened? Oh, you know what happened? I got a text message this morning. We get little text messages from our utilities companies. My power bill is going to be $126 less than I budgeted for. Oh my goodness. You guys, I'm just $126. So I'm good. So that $126 plus the 120 from gas plus the 50 I have plus this actually put me almost $60 into the positive. So, woo! See, I needed you guys to go through that with me. I needed you to work that out with me. And I know you're not supposed to pull from one envelope to the next, but I'm going to be able to put into my budget for payday on the 19th, that $126 that's coming out from the electric bill, I'm going to be able to put that into the envelope for groceries. So I'm going to go grab that budget sheet really quick. We're going to do that together. All right. right, so here it is. This is the budget system that I'm trying for the month of February, is the Happy Planner Extension Budget Pack. This was the first paycheck of the month. If you need to see how I set this up, I'll link that video here. This is the paycheck from the 5th for my husband. This is the one from the 19th. This is mine at the end of the month. These are all of the bills that have to be paid out of it. If you see a little blue dot, that means that it is an auto draft. It comes directly out of our account. I'm not responsible for paying it. And this little check mark over here, I put a check mark when the bill is paid. I draw a line through it when it clears the bank. And as you can see, I went ahead and down here, I put that our electric bill is $126 less. That's going to go to grocery. And our mortgage payment for 1 month only, we had a tiny little surplus because of our homeowner's insurance. We do escrow. So we're going to get $27.88 back on our mortgage payment at the end of the month as well. It's going to be $27.88 less. So that is another amount of money that I could put into the cash envelopes for groceries if I needed to. So let's see what that would be. If I've got the $126 from the electric bill and $27.88, that's $153.88. And remember, I was $205 in the hole. So let's add that 50, and that gives me $203.88. So with just the surplus from the electric bill and the surplus from the mortgage and the $50 that remains in the cash envelope from my monthly amount, I'm at $203.88, right? So if I take out the $105 that I was over budget, that gives me $98.88 towards the $175 that I think I'm going to need, and the rest of that I can take out of that gas monthly cash envelope. So let's see how much I would be taking out. So I would roughly be taking out around $76 from the cash envelope, and there's $120 in there. It would leave me with about $44 in my gas cash envelope. And remember, all of these monthly cash envelopes are going to be getting refilled or refunded or stuffed or whatever you want to call it on the 26th when I get paid. So that's the plan, you guys. That's the plan. We're going to use the surplus from the electric bill, the surplus from the mortgage, the $50 I have in my cash envelope, and then part of the gas cash envelope for the month, still leaving us with plenty of money in the gas monthly and that's just for my car that I'm getting ready to fill this week. Because remember, I've still got $60 in my gas fund in my wallet, and that will fill my tank this coming week. So my tank's going to get a full tank of gas the third week of the month. I don't think I'm going to even need this, and hopefully this will go at the end of the month when we do all of the stuffings. This will go into savings instead of rolling over. So that is it, everybody. I am so happy that we did that together and that we looked at this together, because you being there and doing this with me really helped me process and think it through. I got my tracker all updated. For those of you that watched me do my sinking funds, I did go through with my midliners and assign a midliner to every category. I like it. It's crazy busy. Here's the key that I made for what each color means and what category it goes to. And so when I do these on the 19th, there's just a few sinking funds to do. I'll turn that out to ink, because right now it's just pencil, and I've got my swatch colors. And this is where I'm at right now with the no spend tracker. I don't think I'm going to be able to put a check mark on yesterday because I went over budget, and I'm going to have to switch some things around. So hopefully that'll be the only one for this month, but if it's not, then we'll adjust and we'll keep moving. But for right now, I'm going to leave that one without a check mark. And as of today, I think that by the end of the day, I'll be able to put one on there. So I want to thank you guys so much for sticking through to the end of the video for this, and I cannot wait until next week when we get to do some sinking fund stuffing and looking at the budget. And until then, take care of yourselves, be kind, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. To my weekly cash envelopes to keep me from help keep me